Hi guys, so today I thought I'd show you how to do my faux cloisonnè using some, obviously polymer clay. I'm using black, and I'm also going to be using these metal leaves. I've got copper, gold and silver. You're also going to need a selection of alcohol inks. I use Pinata, but you can use whichever ones you like. You'll need a cutter for your pendant, some tweezers, some wire. Now this is a square wire and it's really bendy. This one's quite a wide one. This is 5mm wide, but you can get thinner. So I'm using that. And you'll need some round nose pliers to shape the wire, and obviously some cutters to cut it. So because my wire is quite wide, I'm going to have to make this pendant fairly chunky to accommodate that wire. But like I said, you can get narrower. So I'm just going to take this clay and roll it out. So it is going to be fairly thick. So it is fairly thick. I could probably roll that out some more actually. There's a lot of air bubbles in this. Don't want that, so just get rid of those air bubbles if there are any. Excuse me, I've got hay fever. Oh, there's another air bubble there. Okay. So we've got our base, and then you just need to take your cutter and cut the shape you want. I'm not using this exact shape, this is just a guide for me. I'm just going to make it a slightly different shape. By just removing that bottom section. Just make sure the edges are nice and smooth. And then we can start taking our wire and making patterns to embedding the clay. Cloisonnè is all about making channels and then filling those channels with your choice of material. So I'm just going to take the wire and take a piece and then start bending it into the shape I want. So you can also just use your fingers just to smooth it out a little bit, straighten it out. Like I say, this is very, very pliable, so it's very easy to work with. I've got terrible hay fever today, so I apologise for any coughs or anything. Okay. So just place it where you want it to go on the clay. Get it close to the edge, but you don't want it hanging over the edge. Just going to curve this a little bit. So I think that's good. And then you need to try and embed it as level as you can. I'm just going to use my acrylic block to do that. And you don't want to push it all the way through. You need to save a little lip at the top because you are creating channels. Doesn't have to be a massive lip. I think that's good. So that's the first piece in. I'm going to keep this simple. It doesn't have to be a complicated pattern. Just cut some more wire. And bend again. And then try and join up the piece you've already got in there to this piece. I just want a little bit more of a kink here. And I just need to cut some off. So like I say, join it up to the piece you've already got in there. And same thing. Just going to smooth this bit out a little bit. Just play with the wire, see what patterns you like. I'm not liking this bit here. I don't like this at all. I'm going to restart that one. Okay, try again. Just need to cut this this end piece off. So you want to get it close to the edge, but not so much that it's hanging off the edge. And then just press it in again. That feels pretty level. You can always go back in and tidy your pendant because it does get a little bit distorted as you work with the wire pushing it in. I think I'm just going to add one more little piece of wire. I'm just going to do a simple spiral. Push it in, make sure it's level with the other pieces, and that's as much as I'm going to do. Like I say, I'm just keeping it very simple. Just tidy this edge up a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to take the different coloured metal leaves and just start placing it in those channels. So I'm going to need some tweezers for that. Just little pieces at a time, and just press it onto the clay. Kind of fiddly. I like to leave a little bit of the black showing through, but you don't have to. So I'm going to do this last piece here, and I'm going to do the rest off camera. But I'm just going to be adding the gold and the copper, and maybe another piece of silver somewhere, and I'll show you when I've done that. I'll be back. Okay, so I've finished putting the metal leaf in all the areas. Silver, gold, copper, and on this side here I've done a mix of silver, copper and gold. You can do it however you want. You could just use one colour if you wanted to. And then it's just a question of taking your choice of colours of alcohol ink and dropping it into the channels. Like so. Cloisonnè is quite has quite bright colours, so I'm going with fairly bright colours. You can just dab it down with a paintbrush. Like that, and then I'm going to take This is Senorita Magenta, and the other one was Baja Blue. You can use more than one colour in the same channel, so I'm also going to put some purple in there. This is Passion Purple. And then it won't matter too much if it mixes with the red. And I think I'm going to go with this Rainforest Green. And then for this side, I'm thinking I'm just going to go with the blue again. And a little drop of purple. And I think I'll leave it at that. So this is going to go in the oven to bake, and then I'll come back and we'll resin the piece. Back in a min. Okay, so this is baked and cooled, and now I'm just going to add some UV resin. Excuse my bottle, but this stuff, I'm never buying this resin again. It's just leaked all over my bottle, so I've had to cover it. But anyway, just start to fill those channels in with the resin. And then just take a toothpick just to level it out, just to spread it out rather. Now you can either just fill in the channels, or you can just completely resin over the whole piece. But I'm just going to try and get the resin so it's lined up with the lip of the wire. Just need some more in there. And then move on to the next channel and fill that. I'm glad this bottle's nearly empty because I hate this resin, but it's all I've got right now. I mean, it cures okay, but it's messy. The bottle just drips everywhere. See? Just, ugh. So again, just fill in that channel. I think I'm actually going to pour this on the tile, it's easier. Okay, so again, just take the resin and continue to fill in those channels. So I'm going to do the rest of this off camera and let this cure, and then I'll be back. Okay, so this has been resined and cured, and I've already drilled a hole in the top to add a bail, but I'm just going to add a little bit of this rub and buff wax metallic finish to the edges. This stuff dries fairly quickly too, and you don't need to seal it either. So that's that. And then just add the bail. To open it up a little bit more. And then just add the cord, and that's it. Okay, so I've added the cord. It's having a hard time getting it through, but that's the finished piece. And this is one that I did before, just a different shape, slightly different colours. But I think they're quite effective, so hope you enjoyed watching this, and I'll catch you again later. Bye.